morning to all. So this presentation is going to be a common for our department. See, our department, as HOD told, we are having a 15 years of OBE attainment. So whatever the mark visit so far, that NAC visit and ABET visit, they ask us to revise the attainment level. Okay, so you are practicing for 15 years, still you are maintaining the same level. So they ask us to revise our procedure. So according to their suggestions, I have revised the procedure in compiling with NAC procedure. Okay, so this PPT will give, we are recording it also, so that it can be circulated to all persons. Those who are absent for today, it can be used. And if you have any doubt, please stop me, so that the same doubt, another person who is absent today also, they will have the same doubt, so it can be clarified. Okay, so with this next. Okay, say CO assessment. CO assessment, if you look at the CO assessment, we have a course outcome in the syllabus, and direct attainment 80% and indirect attainment 20%. So indirect assessment, we are taking a course outcome only in the semester, and direct assessment 40% internal test and end semester examination 40%. So totally it is 80%, and here indirect 20, altogether it is 100%. So attainment calculation of CO should comprise of internal assessment. See, here you will have a doubt that now we are having a 21 regulation and 18 regulation is going on. I never told what is the cycle test or other term. So if you are taking a 21 regulation, we have 4 components formality assessment: FT1, FT2, FT3 and FT4 and LLT1. So all together you have to conduct it as an internal assessment. Okay, internal assessment. And previous one, CLA1, CLA2, CLA3, and we have a procedure you can follow. So whatever the mark you are assigning for a student should have some calculation. Simply you should not tell that, sir, I given this without conducting any test. You should not give any mark to any student. Even if you are conducting a viva, a sample question has to be prepared and should be given as a proof. Sir, without any assignment, simply you should not do. And one more thing, suppose whatever the calculation due to time, if you are not conducted any surprise test or anything, or whatever the methodology you calculated as the internal, that should reflect it here properly. So the internal mark which you are having it should reflect correctly this here. And end semester is a university results. I will give the procedure, we will see what is how to calculate and other things. Okay. So whatever the value, whatever the mark we are giving to the student, it has to be calculated properly. Either is a MTech, because now we are having a process of processing MTech also. Once we are ND accredited UG program, we are eligible to apply for MTech. We submitted the 3 qualifier for MTech. If the approval is come, we have to go for MTech courses also. So the procedure is common for BTech and MTech. Okay. Next. So here, if you look at the 40% assessment, first we have to assign the mark from the question paper. We have this practice of question paper. So this is the question paper where we are marking the CO and PO value. So this practice we are having it. So this is a sample one I have given it. So from this you can identify what is the CO and PO for each question. Go back. Okay. Now calculate the mark for individual student for CO from answer sheet. So click it. Here, if you look at it, I have given here part A consists of the CO2 and this is the for CLA2, because I have taken the sample of CLA2 is 2 COs are there. So you can have, say, if you are taking MCQ or whatever the type you are doing it, you for each student how the mark is split. Okay, then this is very important. Mark assigned for particular CO and mark scored for the particular CO. Okay, so we are going to compare these two only. We are going to compare these two columns only, M and N. Then previously, if 50% is attained, we are considered as a yes. Now we have revised as 60%. If you look at our previous sheet, we have multiplied by here was 0.5. Now there is a small change, is 0.6. It's indicating if it is a 60% is attained from the mark assigned value, we will be considered as a yes. And similarly here also for each CO. So if you take in a cycle test 1, only one CO will be coming. Don't worry about the cycle test because we are going for a 21 regulation where FT1, FT2, FT3, whatever the CO is applicable for it, you calculate it. So keep it in mind, the mark assigned for particular CO and mark got by a particular student. If the 60% is more than that, give it as yes. That is the formula we are putting it. So irrespective of FT1 or FT2, whatever the assessment you are doing it, the formula is remain same. Back. Now, yes. Please. Go to second one.
Sir, here the maximum mark you are saying will be including the choices.
Yes. Yes.
But 60% should be included with choices. For example, the attainment mark cannot be.
See, I tell you. Okay, correct now. See here 26. Okay, total mark is 26. Here 24. Assuming that no choice is repeated for CO2 and CO3 is a unique one. It can be also because we are following either of type. There will not be any problem. If there is a problem also, don't worry about the total mark. He is simply assuming that whatever the CO2 mark for the particular question, you put it the total. Okay? Don't worry about this mark, total mark assigned for 50 or 60. Whatever the mark assigned for particular CO. This one total.
That includes the choice also.
Yes.
But the maximum attainment cannot reach the maximum.
Yes, that is I think. See, this is the one maximum scored by an individual student.
No. What is the maximum attainment that the CO2 can be attained by a student?
See, 60% if it is attained, we are assuming that he is attained the student. Previously 26 marks.
Okay.
50% is 30.
That is okay.
50 per 30 means more than 30 we said yes. Now 26 into multiply by 0.6. So whatever the value is coming, compare with 26. If it is higher than that, then you are considered as yes. So if there is a now you don't have, previously we have, suppose out of 7 questions, if you answer 5 questions, so particular CO only it will come. So
it is equalized.
Now it is equalized. So the simple rule is whatever the mark is assigned for particular CO, total mark, and whatever the mark scored by a student, the 60% of the mark is considered as attained. If he is attained more than 60%, it is attained. That's all. Okay, next. Okay, next one. To attain the level of CO. Okay, this is the one. Calculate each. This one. Fourth one, please. Okay, next. Okay, 60% is given here. The next back and okay, here the Y is given already. Calculate the percentage CO. Last blue color. This one. Here, see, so far what we did is we have taken CO2 total number of students attained. We have calculated total number of Y. See, total number of students attained in CO CLA, total number of Y. This one we have put in, and total number of students we have taken the percentage. Okay. So similarly we are calculating it. Now there is a change in the procedure. Range of value we are considering 0 to 50 means he is not attaining this range as 0, and 50 to 60 is 1, 60 to 75 2, 75 to 100 by 3. So this value is given by the university level. So we are retaining the same one. Then now it is a 96. This range is 75 to 100. So it is 3. And look at here. This is 76. 75 to 100. It is 3. So by looking at this table value, we are assigning here. So this procedure we are changing it. So far we have stopped up to this. We have never considered this percentage value, the assigned value. Now we are going for assigned value because the reason is most of the NBA PPT I have seen, they are using the assigned value. Because some reviewers, if they are coming, where is that range of value you never consider means, will not be in a good position. So we are following that rule also. So this value we are assigning it. And attainment percentage is total number of Y divided by total number of students. Okay. Next slide. So now this is the assigned value, whatever it is given there. So it is given. Next slide. Okay. Now calculate the CO for all internal assessment procedure. So whether it is CLA1, CLA2, CLA3, CLA4 or FT1, FT2, FT3 and LLT1, all the one, you should calculate the all CO internal assessment procedure and consolidate all CO. Click that console. Now for here the 4 CLO is given, the values are put it here and take average. Take average like this. Okay. Back. Now converted into 40% of ECO. So now this average value multiplied by 0.4, you are getting this value. Okay, getting this value. Next back. Now end semester examination, the university is announcing the grade. So we are going to put the lookup table for this. So our department will follow the common table which is available in the regulation. So the same value we are also taking it out. So this value we are going to take it out. So whatever the O grade means, consider A plus means 94, like that we are going to fill up in that one. Next slide. Calculate this one, first one. Okay. Now if you look at the one, the mark score grade is given here and corresponding from the lookup table the values are given here, and university assuming that we are assuming that 50%. We are taking the we are considering 50% internal and 50% external. So we are dividing this university mark divided by 50%. Okay. Then now we don't know, we have a problem. We are not seeing the end semester paper. So we are going to assume an assumption. We are dividing, if you have 5 CO means this mark is divided by 5. This mark is divided by 5 and we are going to follow the same 60% rule. Okay. So suppose here total mark should be 50. So the mark value, maximum mark is 50 by 5. So 10 mark. Okay. So out of 10, what is the mark scored by a student? Okay. So Y means 60%. So he has to score more than 6 to attain the value. So if it is more than 6, then you have to give Y. The same rule which is applicable for the internal assessment, the same rule you have to put it for end semester also. Okay. So there is a, so we are taking the, I will repeat it, we are taking a university mark, university grade and converted into mark, and we are dividing the mark divided by 5. So that each CO1, what is the value we know it. For we are 50 out of 50, 60% is considered as a attainment level. If it is more than 60%, we are putting as a Y or no. Yes. Is it clear? Okay. Next. Now okay, back. Okay. Now assign the mark for each question paper, attain level from 60%. Calculate same procedures we are repeating it. Calculate the percentage of Y. This one. Okay. Now similarly for the internal assessment, we are calculating the number of students attained for the Y. Then total number of students we know it. We are dividing it. We are getting the percentage. Similarly the internal, we are having the range of value here. We are going to assign the range of value for each CO. Okay. So this is a different procedure we are going to follow it up. So whatever the procedure we are following for the internal, the same methodology has to be followed for the external also, end semester also. Okay. So we are going to assign the value by look up this table. We are going to assign 90 means this is the range. So 3, 81 means this is the range 3, like that we are going to assign it. Now 63 is coming, 63 is range come from this one, we are assigning a 2. Is it clear? Next back. Now okay, the range of value same thing. Next slide. Now convert all the CO into end semester assessment and convert it into 40%. Click that 40%. Okay, now convert this CO into 0.4. So 3 into 0.4 we are getting 1.2. Like that we are going to do it for all. Okay, the same procedure which we adopted for the internal assessment, the same one we are going to follow for the external assessment also. Next back. Now, indirect assessment for each CO, we should get from the student what is the strongly agree, agree and no agree. You can follow the Google form or hard copy, whichever is convenient for you, you can do it. For each CO, don't think that this we are having a practice. The feedback which is taken by the college is having a different matrix that we are not considering for OBE calculation. We are doing for each CO. You should ask the student whether it's a strongly agree, agree or no agree. You can put the form and collect for each subject for each class. That should be consolidated and put it here. The weightage for each scale is strongly agree means 4, agree means 4, no opinion 3, disagree is 2 and strongly disagree is 1. So multiplying these two values, we are going to get the percentage here. Now the assigned value for the percentage, by looking at this table, we are going to assign the value here like what we did it for internal and external examination. The same procedure has to be followed for indirect assessment also. Then we should convert it into 20% because we are taking as a indirect assessment as a 20%. Multiply by 2.2, we are getting this value. Okay, next back. Now we will back. Let's click here. Click back. Now consolidation for CO attainment. So we have a two assessment. In direct assessment, internal is 40%, external is 40%, indirect assessment from student survey is 20%. So calculate the total attainment must be direct plus indirect. So direct plus indirect, click the calculate answer here. Now you can see it. Internal, what are the mark it is score, and end semester results, end sem results, and indirect, all together you are going to get the attainment level. You are going to get the attainment level. So we have done the three calculations: internal separately, external separately, university results, and indirect from the students. Clubbing these previous one. Clubbing 3, 1, we are getting this value. Addition of these three. Okay? Go back. Click back. Next slide. Now we have to calculate the PO and PSO. So the program articulation matrix PAM from syllabus it is available. We have to take that one. Click that one. First one. Okay, this program matrix for PO2 and PO5. So by referring a syllabus, you should take this PO and PSO, this matrix. Okay, click back. Now multiply by CO to program articulation matrix PAM to calculate the PO and PSO attainment. Next. Okay, now we have this value CO attainment and PO attainment. Now we are going to calculate the PO attainment. So this value is F3 and K3. Okay, now we are taking an average as a K8. Average value F3 into K3. Here I have given the formula F3 K3 divided by 100. This K13 value will be produced, and this value will be taking an average, and K19 will be K18 into 100 divided by K8. So you will get the average as percentage of program attainment is 2.8. Back. Okay, calculate for P1 PSO. Next. Now, very important point is, after calculating P1 and PSO, we should give the recommendation for next coursing faculty whether to improve or not improve. What are the best practice you followed? What is the recommendation? Please don't put nil in the feedback form, which is given the last 4 questions. Most of the time while I am consolidating for a CNC meeting, they are putting nil. Please don't put the nil. You give a recommendation based upon the analysis. See, this analysis will give you, for new beginners I am telling, we are practicing for what is the total mark assigned by the student. We never worried about which unit, how much he studied. Okay, by doing this analysis, especially CO analysis, you can understand whatever the way in which we studied, what is the feedback for CO1, whether it is first unit is studied properly or second unit is understood properly, or what you have to improve, what time the lesson plan can be changed. Like that you should give a feedback at the end of this semester, the target level. Okay, and now we are going to revise the target for 5% compared to previous year. Okay, this is for information, we are going to minute it. So compare the calculated value and targeted value and give you a recommendation to improve the CO1. Please don't put the nil, because while I am seeing the forms, I am getting only nil. Okay, please avoid it, and then you put your recommendation, whether it is followed properly or what is the improvement you have to make. Like that you have to give a suggestion. Next one. And theory evaluation file, this is the content we are going to give it. Mapping this analysis, everyone knows it. Here, innovative practice in teaching and modern tool usage. Okay, see, please Google it. There are the 15 procedures are available for innovative teaching practice, established procedure. You need not follow the same one, you can have your own also. Please go through the YouTube content or the Google web page. What are the 15 innovative practices existed in the world, and look at it. How for your subject, for at least for next semester, what practice you can have it. Okay, because innovative practice, whatever the way you are writing down, the who are referring your file, they know that 15 listed of one. Okay, so they will look at it whether you are following that 15 or not. At least a term heading. Okay, so please look at that 15 procedure. Innovative procedure is available in the Google. If you Google it, you can get it. So like that, you just follow it up. And modern tool is wherever the possible, try to implement some modern tool, either MATLAB program or C program, Python program, any programming, whatever the way you want to, or FEM analysis for your subject, you give it as a modern tool package. And content beyond the syllabus. See, we know that completing a 5 unit is very difficult for us with our situation, but NBA requires what is the content beyond the syllabus you taught. Okay, that is a reality. So we have to give minimum 1 or 2 hours beyond your syllabus, what portion you taught, how you evaluated. Very, very important. Okay, how you evaluated beyond your syllabus what you taught. The practicality I have already told is very difficult to one, but we need the information, content beyond syllabus, that must be meaningful one. Okay, meaningful one, we need it. Okay, this is the NBA requirement. Next 3 years we are going for an NBA, so that time they will ask. Now itself if you are practicing it, these files we are going to keep it in NBA for your information. So that time we cannot go back and what we taught for 3 years back, we cannot recollect it. So now itself have an idea what is the content beyond syllabus, at least for next semester. Now the semester is over ended. Next semester, whatever the subject you are going to offer it, please have it in mind. What can be the content beyond syllabus which is meaningful for the students, which is essential for the students. Okay, please have it in mind and prepare accordingly. And counseling for post-student attendance, we know it. Remedial class for slow learners, if it is applicable, you can do it. Okay. Any other doubts, please? Yeah.
Slide number 19.
Cycle tested to CO1 contains 60%, CO2 60%, above that we consider as attainment achieved. So regarding the pass or fail, we are considering 50% or 60%.
For mark, it is 50, for CLA, as far as COE concerned, it is 50%. Now I'll tell you. Okay, go to that slide. That previous slide. I'll tell you that what is okay. Okay. Next, anyone. this one. Previous slide. Click here. Okay. See, this mark is whatever the mark got by a student in a cycle test. We are verifying yes or no. Our mindset will have, sir, this percentage, luckily it is having 100, but it did not be 100, 85 also it come. Okay? So whenever you are assigning a value for other one, the same assigned value also should be put it here. Because gradually they will ask, it is 85% is less than 3. Here you are attaining a 3. How can you compare the 3 to less than 1? Okay? So whenever you are putting a 1, whenever you are assigning a value for CO2 and CO3, the same assigned value should be put it for the cycle test also. Because we don't have an authority to change 50% mark here for cycle test or university exam. Pass percentage mark we cannot change in the regulation. Okay? We are keeping as it is. Only other calculations we are changing to 60%.
In the instance, we are including the absentees because 0 has been added.
Yes, absent is considered as 0.
If that is added, the attainment level will
It will be definitely, because we are in the cycle test also we are considering all the students. All the students.
But attainment should not be added with the people who...
Yeah, as far as our regulation is concerned, if you are taking any TLP 5, absent is considered as a failure.
So
Okay?
that should be...
That should be option 0. Yes.
Regarding the practical exam, where the student does only one experiment.
In the university examination. Yeah, that we will have, we will assuming that after attaining all 5 COs, randomly he selected one, it can follow under any CO. Okay? If you are having noting down each students what is the question he is attained, and because after the examination we are surrendering the paper to COE, so we don't have any control over it. So we will have an assumption that divide by 5. Because we don't have that confidentiality, we are surrendering it also. So we don't have the paper what the students attained. Correct procedure is what is the question, what is the lab exercise he is attained. For that CO only we should attain, but it's like a black box, like a end semester examination. So we will assume that divided by 5.
So all students who passed have attained all the COs.
Same one. After getting a grade, converted into mark and divided by 5. Consider the equal, like a theory. Any? Yes.
We are keeping 60%. So 60% படிக்கிறப்போ வந்து ஜீரோ அட்டைன்மென்ட் ஃபெயில் ஆயிட்டு ஆனா யூனிவர்சிட்டில 50% இருக்கனால பாஸ் ஆகிடுச்சு.
See, this analysis previously we had 50% internal as well as external COE examination also. But as our result shows that we are attaining most of the POs. Okay. So by looking at the attainment level of our final consolidated one, the expert committee people are telling that why can't you increase your attainment level at least for the cycle test and verify it whether you improved or not, because university examination also 50%, here also you are 50%. So why can't you improve it, and why don't you that's like a projected score, okay, projected one, why can't you improve your teaching learning practice to achieve the 60%? That's okay, thank you.